My name is Fredrika Syren, and I'm the founder of Zero Waste Family. I'm documenting my family's journey as a zero waste family, 3 kids in all. We haven't produced waste since 2015, which means that my husband hasn't taken the trash out in over 10 years. Okay, so I'm here to talk about actually growing food for the future of the planet, because we have an agriculture problem on the planet because most of our food is grown in a factory farm. And this is causing a lot of problems for the planet. So the current practice of factory farming is vegetables and fruit causes over-farming. And factory farms tend to grow too much crop in too short time and taking shortcuts, because the fact is they are a business. They want to grow as much food as cheap as possible to as many people as possible. So they don't do crop rotation, which means that they're growing the same food in the same soil. They're depleting the soil, and this is a huge problem. They're also using pesticides. As we know, we probably have seen those pictures of them spraying and wearing the whole thing. And these pesticides, of course, spreads. And pesticides, by the way, is the only known substance that is a problem and causing harm to humans, to the planet, to all the pollinators and insects and wildlife alike. And we knowing this, we release it onto the planet. So of all the different businesses around the world, the factory farming is the #1 most unsustainable sustainable business. And this is not just the meat industry, but actually the vegetables and fruit as well. So to prevent from being ruined by pests, like I said, the produce is regularly sprayed with toxic pesticides. And on top of this, we also, factory farming is causing loss of topsoil because they are not rotating the crop and they are not adding actually compost to the soil, of course. That means that we are losing the topsoil. So they actually estimated that we will lose all topsoil in about 60 years, which means that we won't be growing too much more food after that. So one of the solutions is, of course, you can go buy food from a local farm, but you can also start growing your own food. So this is actually my little backyard. So my family grow food on a 600 square foot garden, regular garden in San Diego. We have a little bit of room for the chickens, a little bit of room for the kids, and the rest of it grow food. And we grow about 80% of our food that our family of 5 eats. So, but the good news is you can also grow on a patio, you can grow on a balcony, you can grow in a community garden. You do not need to have a farm to grow food. So this is actually a patio that I have helped grow last year, and this is a balcony. So you can see you can grow a lot of food on a very small space. So the benefits of growing your own food, of course, it helps protect the topsoil, like I said. You don't need to use any pesticides or herbicides. It saves water, which of course in San Diego is a huge problem. And I always laugh because when we start growing our food, it's one thing that people ask us, how do you feel about that you're growing food in your backyard when there is a lack of water in San Diego? I always think this is funny because I guess people don't know that no matter what vegetables or fruit you eat, they require water. And in my garden, at least, I will recycle my water. So we save water and you will save money. Plant eats carbon and helps clean the air. So whenever time you plant something, even if it's one tomato plant in your windowsill, in your garden, on your patio, you're actually helping the planet. You will eat healthier because the problem with factory farms, because they don't do that whole crop rotation that I talked about, that means that the vegetables are not as healthy and nutritional as if you grow them in your own compost. You can also save the seeds. I don't know during the pandemic if you guys noticed, if for all of you who are gardeners, that they were very hard to find seeds to grow something. So saving your own seeds is actually pretty essential and a really fun little thing to do. It causes, you will actually have food security. So it doesn't matter, like, again, you don't have to grow a whole lot of food, but if you grow like we did, and during the pandemic, we were probably the only house in San Diego that were living really, really well because we grew all our food. And we also grew so much food that we could share with our friends and schools. And then, of course, when you grow your own food, you will have the absolute lowest carbon footprint. And I have to say, there is something so convenient about walking out to your garden and just picking your lettuce or your dinner for that night. And most important, it will teach your kids life skills. So for kids, I think it's, most people, I met my husband, he didn't know how to grow food. And kids are like losing this ability to learn to grow food. So I think teaching your kids is a really, really great thing to grow food because, well, they're gonna be the future of the planet. So growing your own food can be the most powerful step you can take for the health of yourself, your family, and the planet. And I wanted to say also, when it comes to teaching kids about growing food, it is, if you want to teach kids, if you want to show them a miracle or anything science or anything like that, plant a garden. Thank you so much. You can actually we do have a documentary you can watch for free. It's called Zero Time to Waste. It's about my family's journey. I also have a gardening course because, like I said, I'm teaching about growing food in your backyard, patio, even indoors on your windowsill, and you can find everything there. And thank you so much for being here.